Hi, my name is Braden Butterfield, and I'm recording this video for my Management 6334 class seminar in organizational behavior. It's for Summer 1 2016, and this is for the oral case study assignment. Through this video, I'm going to cover two questions based off of our readings in Module 5. The first question is, what are the strengths of Roizen's network across the different stages of her career? And the second question is, using the concepts discussed in the readings and video in Module 5, discuss the extent to which these concepts apply to Roizen and how these concepts influence her power, influence, and networking success. So for the first question, what are the strengths of Roizen's network across the different stages of her career? I think the main strengths of it are that it's very broad. She didn't limit herself to one type of person. She went out of her way to meet as many people as possible. And she also was always willing to help these people, and she always worked on these relationships, creating strong bonds and a very strong network. As the case study states, she developed a network of many of the most powerful business leaders in the technology industry. And I think this is why she's so successful, and now she's a very successful venture capitalist as a result. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how she built her network. I think she utilized many of the tactics described in the Uzi and Dunlap article. She ensured that she networked with anyone that interested her, and not just people she was comfortable with. So, like I said earlier, she went out of her way to meet, a very diverse set of people. She also ensured that she had many brokers, as the article states, which kind of means that she met a lot of people, and she ensured that these people introduced her to bigger and bigger networks, creating the large network that she has today. Now I'm going to talk about how she developed her network over the years. So initially, she graduated from Stanford and started working at a company called Tandem Computers. She was able to get this job because of a friend that she had worked there and got her in touch with the hiring department. So we can see that her network jump-started her career in the beginning by getting her very first job in the technology industry. She worked as an editor of the company newsletter, and this job allowed her to further her network. She was able to talk to many people that normally a low-level employee like herself was not able to talk to. She got in touch with the CEO and many of the other top-level executives at the company, and this further increased her network. She says that this network, at this point in her life, helped her get into Stanford Business School. She applied to their MBA program and was accepted. She thinks that part of the reason is because she had so many letters of recommendations from these high-level executives. That's one of the main reasons she was able to get into Stanford Business School. So we can see her network really helped her in that way too. After graduating from Stanford, she started a company with her brother called Teammaker. And this is where she really started a network. She made that company a success through the vast network that she had and through the extensive marketing campaigns that she did. During her time there, she became president of the Software Publishers Association. At this time, she met many unknown people who later went on to become CEOs in many of the big technology companies. After this, she went to work for Apple. At this time, Apple was not really doing very well. They were a struggling company. They were losing market share, and many of the software developing companies were considering pulling out from Apple, not developing any more software with Apple. Due to Roizen's big network that she created while being the president of the Software Publishers Association, she was able to talk to many of these CEOs and encourage them to, not pull out and continue developing software for Apple, and just was able to reassure them that Apple is turning around and it's going to do better. And ultimately, she led to the success of Apple because of her large network. After Apple, she went on to become what she calls a mentor capitalist, which essentially is the business of networking. She helped many startup firms create their business. She was able to get them in touch with other technology companies or other ways of raising capital that many people just don't have the network to do. So I really think that her network was very strong, very diverse, and very broad, and this is really what led to her being very successful. So for the second question, using the concept discussed in the readings and video in Module 5, discuss the extent to which these concepts apply to Roizen and how these concepts influence her power, influence, and networking success. So the main concept that I want to go over is the fact that she's a giver overall she's a giver. And I think this is really what has led to her incredible success. The book that we read, Give and Take, it's a really good book. I suggest it. States that we underestimate the success of givers. Although we often stereotype givers as chumps and doormats, they turn out to be surprisingly successful. And I think we see that in this situation. Give and Take also states that givers, takers, and matchers all can and do achieve success, but there's something distinctive that happens when givers succeed. It spreads and cascades, and I think that's what happened with Heidi. Her network is so vast, but it wouldn't have been able to get so big and vast and far-reaching if she was not a giver. People would not be willing to help her like they do because she would not have helped them. But I think her success comes from the way that she gives. She's always willing to help others when both parties mutually benefit from the situation. So she ensures that no one gets stepped on and that everyone kind of has a fair end of the deal. And I don't think necessarily she's nice. As Adam Grant states, giving is not about being nice, altruistic, or refusing help from others. It is about helping others when you are able to, and you have to remember that receiving is necessary for giving. And I think this is really the way she kind of conducts her business. She helps when she can, and she's willing to receive help too. So I think that Heidi really utilized these concepts in all areas of her network. She wasn't afraid to ask for help, and she always ensured that when giving, it was in the best interest of all the parties involved. I think Heidi's immense network has ultimately led to her success. She has utilized her network throughout her career, both giving and receiving from her acquaintances. And I think this is really what has led her to become such a successful individual in the technology industry. That's it. Thanks for watching.